Hey y'all, it's Sierra, aka Capricorn Moon Goddess, back with another video for you all. This is going to be over what your spiritual gifts are. So we're going to be taking a look to see what some of your spiritual gifts and talents are. Hopefully that can help you figure out where you need to be in life right now, or maybe even why certain things are happening or have happened in your life, okay? This is going to be a pick a card. So it's more so like a pick a deck. You're going to pick from 3 different decks. And each deck is going to correspond with a number or a group. And once you decide which deck you want to pick, you can go in the comment section or the description box and click on the hyperlink for the group that corresponds with the deck that you chose, okay? Remember to use your discernment when listening to this reading. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Don't try to make anything stick or force anything, okay? So group number 1 is the Shaman's Dream Oracle. The Shaman's Dream Oracle is group number 1. Group number 2, the Mediumship Training Deck. This one opens from the top instead of from the side, like pile 1 opens from the side. This one opens from the top. Okay, pile number 2 or group 2, the Mediumship Training Deck. And pile number 3 or group 3, this one opens from this way. So one was the side, one was the top vertically, and this is the top horizontally. So I don't know, maybe y'all like your deck boxes to open a certain way. Maybe that can help you. But this is Divination of the Ancients Oracle. So pile number 3, group number 3, Divinations of the Ancients Oracle. So let's go back over these again. Group 1, the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Group 2, Mediumship Training Deck. I probably should have my light facing the camera more. And group 3, Divination of the Ancients. All right, so those are the different piles for each group. So like I mentioned, you can go ahead and go in the description box to choose the hyperlink for whichever deck you chose. And we're going to go ahead and get started with deck number 1. Hey, those of you who chose deck number 1, so this is group number 1. This is a reading over what your spiritual gifts are. So I forgot to pull some animal cards when I was pulling the cards for y'all, so I went ahead and pulled one, and we're going to start with that one since I forgot to pull them. You know what? Why are they cutting the grass right now? Why are they cutting the grass right now? Anyway, so hopefully y'all can't hear that too good. Your card is Deer. And the keyword is love. It says, be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. I'm so irritated that they just randomly started cutting the grass, because they usually do that on Monday and it's Tuesday. What is going on? There's 2 deer here and there's some little birds here. And it's almost like these deer have to take care of these birds, even though, like, obviously they're not their biological children. So you all may feel like you are responsible for caring for a bunch of different people. You may have people coming to you for help a lot. You may have people coming to you for your advice a lot. So you all may want to enter the realm of being a life coach, or you may feel like you're a life coach unofficially, even though you're not being paid for it. You could be a psychologist, psychiatrist, a doctor, a counselor, a therapist, a teacher, just a nurturing, caring person, maybe a mentor, something like that. Sorry, I got a notification. People definitely look for you with deer. You know, a lot of times deers are hunted, unfortunately. People definitely look for you to help them, and you may have felt like you were a sacrifice. You may have felt like what do they call that? Not necessarily a martyr, because you weren't necessarily volunteering yourself to be sacrificed, but yeah, you felt like you've had to sacrifice your own happiness possibly in order to help others. So that's what we got from the deer card. So it says, be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. You may be struggling right now in some area of life. You may be being hard on yourself. You are a top tier, top performer in whatever it is that you do. So anytime you feel like you're not at 100% or at your best, then you are really, really hard on yourself, because people really put you on a pedestal, and you do deserve to be on that pedestal. But that also means that you have a lot of pressure. So you're somebody that has a lot of pressure on you. So be gentle with yourself, okay? We are starting with number 7, Wali. I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm sorry, y'all. This is the Sufi Tarot. So it's like a Middle Eastern deck, and I don't know how to pronounce some of this stuff, but this is the Chariot card. So you all could be Cancers, okay? I'm guessing this is a chariot because it has the 2 horses here. One's black, one's white. So you all could be Cancers, which means you're very intuitive, very empathic, okay? And you can be very hard on yourself, but you're a very nurturing person as well. So your spiritual gifts definitely have to do with being nurturing, just like how this deer is with these birds right here, okay? We also have Son of Cups. Now, do you all see there's like an invisible bridge here? It's like visible, but not visible. I don't know if this person has created this bridge or if they're just able to see what other people can't see. So this tells me you all are definitely seers, okay? You could be psychic, have psychic powers. You may have psychic dreams. You may have visions, okay? Or you just have really good spatial intelligence, okay? You all are most likely a very intelligent group of people. Even though the Cancer sign is here, you all could be air signs as well. So one of your spiritual gifts is being a seer, being able to see beyond the veil, being able to have foresight, see into the future. And you're able to do that using common sense and intellect, but also using your intuition as well. Being able to put 2 and 2 together, okay? So yeah, you all definitely have psychic abilities. We have the 2 of Swords. And look, she has, her eyes are covered, but like I said, and the moon is here. You all are able to see, even with these blindfolds on here, you have, this is telling me that you all have some of the psychic abilities like clairsentience, clairgustance, those psychic abilities that have to do with touch, okay? You may get why did I say boost gumps? You may get goosebumps, okay? You may get a certain twitch in your eye when you're getting psychic information. Pay attention to your body, because your body gives you a lot of psychic information as well. So this is, you know how when people are blind, they have strong senses, like all their other senses are a lot stronger. You all have a lot of the clairs, basically. There's clairgustance, clairsentience, claircognizant. You all definitely are claircognizant, meaning you're very smart, intellectual, and you get information sometimes without necessarily knowing how you got it. It just pops into your mind. That can be a very tough one to have. I have claircognizance, and when you just know things but you don't know why you know them or how you know them, that it can be very tough to accept those things, because it's like, why do I just know this? So you all could be claircognizant, but you also have clairsentience as well, which is psychic touch. Okay, being able to feel things, goosebumps, twitches, the way things taste. I think that's clairgustance. So you have a lot of the different clairs, not just one or the other. However, the one that you pay the most attention to may be your claircognizance. We have the psychic journaling card. So you all, another word for this. What's the other word for this? I don't know why I cannot think of it. Automatic writing. Okay. You probably haven't tried this, because I don't know how often people try this, but you may be a good writer. So if you sit down and you just ask your spirit guides a question or ask them for some answers and just start writing what comes to mind, you may be surprised about the message that you get, and you may go into a meditative state to where you're just writing without even thinking about it, and before you know it, you have the answer to your question. So you all may be good with psychic journaling, which is also called automatic writing, even though you may not have tapped into it yet. That may be a gift that's going to come to the surface for you, especially if you are already a good writer. Okay. We have sitting in the power. So this is definitely somebody who is meditating. So you all may need to tap into your meditation skills, especially if you want to tap into something like psychic writing or automatic writing. It says, when learning to connect with the other side, it's essential that you make time to get to know your own spirit. If you've randomly pulled this card, then Spirit is calling you to take time now and sit in your own power. It's time for you to consciously focus on your own inner light and tap into the unlimited spiritual power within you. Take a moment to close your eyes and imagine you're slowly and gently breathing in light. Allow that light to fill your physical body, letting it expand your own energy and aura. Continue to breathe in this simple manner, allowing some time to sit and be in the expansion of your own light. Okay, so you all may want to go back to that meditation when this reading is over. Go back to that timestamp and listen to it again if that's a meditation that you actually want to do. It says, by devoting time to this breathing meditation, it will help expand your awareness and allow your psychic and mediumistic abilities to grow and flourish. It will also help revitalize your body, mind, and soul, bringing you to a place of balance and harmony. Once you learn to tap into your own spirit and power, you can access it anytime you wish. So yes, you all have access to all of the different clairs, which are psychic abilities, including psychic journaling or automatic journaling, but that's not necessarily one of the easiest things to tap into. So you're going to have to learn how to meditate, and I have been saying this for a while now. A lot of the times, in order to learn to meditate, you have to learn to focus on your breathing. And at first, I never understood why people would say that, because they wouldn't explain the why behind that. But the why behind focusing on breathing is because it physiologically does something to your body to where it puts you into a meditative space. It puts you into the right brain waves in order to be able to meditate. So that's why you want to focus on your breathing. But also, a simple answer to that is focusing on the breathing helps you to be mindful and to stay focused on something. Okay, so that way your mind doesn't wander too much. Okay, we also have numerology. So you all may be very good with numerology or studying numerology. You may be seeing a lot of different I think pretty much every spiritual person sees a lot of different repeating numbers. But you may want to look more deeper into what those numbers means and look into numerology, not just the quick Google search on what certain numbers mean. You all may actually want to learn numerology, and you may find that you're very, very strong in that, and it may help you to activate some of your gifts. We also have the Book of Destiny, book knowledge. Like I said, you all are very, very smart, very clairsentient, and you actually, I have been told in a reading of my own that somebody else did for me. They told me you get a lot of power from reading. Like when you read, that really puts you in a mind space that makes you very powerful, and it helps to make your manifestations very powerful. So studying, reading, learning, that is one of your superpowers, okay? So continue to do that. We also have dice, gamble. This lets me know you're a very strategic person. A lot of the times people think gambling is just pure luck, and sometimes it is. But I'm gonna tell y'all this story about one of my exes. He was obsessed with playing the lottery, like the kind where you go get a lottery ticket from the store. He was obsessed with doing that, and he would always win every single time. And I was like, how do you keep winning? Like, this is supposed to be random, right? How are you randomly winning all the time? But he actually had a system. He figured out, like, I don't know, he would have all these different notes and stuff, and he figured out when to buy the cards, like what time of day to get the cards, where to get them from, like, or the tickets, when to get the lottery tickets, the time of day. Like, he had some kind of system where he literally would observe, like, when people would win, because you know they publish a lot of this information, who wins, what's the amount of money they win and all that. So he was able to predict when to get his lottery tickets based on people's past winnings, the times and the dates or something like that. I can't fully remember it, but he literally had a strategy for gambling. But it's supposed to be pure luck, right? So you all are very strategic. You all may be the type of people to crack the code to a lot of different systems that people think there isn't a code to. And you can see right through a lot of things. That's another thing. You can see through a lot of things. If there's a magician in front of you doing magic, you can figure out exactly how they did it. You can figure out the ending to movies all the time, okay? You're like, nah, I already know how this is going to end because I can see what's going on here. You can see right through people. You can see other people's strategy. You would be a good strategist for war. You're very good with debating. In order to be good at debating, you have to be able to guess where the other person is going to go with their argument. Okay, you have to be able to see both sides of an argument. You're a very, very strategic person. So yeah, that's one of your gifts, being very, very strategic. So even when you take a gamble, it's not as big of a risk as it is for other people because you have these psychic abilities. You have psychic abilities, which, you know, can be just, people may see it as luck, but it's just your intuition knowing when to do something. But you also have the clairsentience, or excuse me, the claircognizance, where you have an inner knowing, and then you couple that with actually practical strategy, okay? We also have I Ching, which is, I don't know too much about I Ching, so let me look in the book. I know it's like an Asian, let's see, what are these notifications? Your name popped up in my recent YouTube video. What? I need to watch that. One of my friends who's also a reader was telling me something about her video that she just posted. So I need to watch that after this, okay? So what is I Ching? And the key word is change. You may have been going through a lot of difficult changes lately, and may have been seeing 555 recently. But what is I Ching? So this ancient tradition is a conversation between countless generations of questioners over thousands of years, dating back to the 8th century BC. This is the oldest book of wisdom. What did I say? You all are very, very smart and wise. Because of the widespread recognition of its great value, this text was not burnt in the turbulent times in China. So did they burn books and stuff? I mean, it seems like that happens every time a great civilization falls. They like burn everything down. So it looks like everything was burnt down, but this text was preserved, okay? Today, it provides a response to our deepest challenges in changing time. So to me, this card just represents, and look, there's a book on here, and then y'all have Book of Knowledge. So to me, this card represents you all are very, very wise. Like I said, you're very strategic and you are a very resourceful person, okay? This is a resource that people consult, okay, to get the answers to their questions. So you're a resource for other people. People value your wisdom, but you're also wise. The reason why you're so wise is because you're very resourceful, okay? So that's going to help you with your spiritual gifts. This is getting long, I know. We have nourish, okay? And when I saw this, I immediately thought of brain food. Do y'all remember? Well, I don't know if this was everywhere, but I grew up in Iowa, and we used to have to take this standardized test called the Iowa Test of Basic Skills. And before we would take the test, the teachers would give us stuff called brain food, which was nutritious foods that were supposed to help us to be able to take the test or do well on the test, okay? So you all may be changing your diet or may need to change your diet in order to help make your gifts stronger or to be able to access your gifts, okay? But also, like I said, you all find nourishment, okay, enrichment in actually reading, okay? So reading in the sense of reading a book, but reading in the sense of you are readers as well, psychic readers. We have witch bottle. This looks like some kind of potion. So you all may be chemist, alchemist. You may create, like I create different oils. I create skincare products. I created this spray. Okay, this is a Palo Santo smudge spray. So you all may be very creative in a scientific sort of way. But let's see what this witch bottle means. We're going to be using the books today because these decks I'm using aren't the easiest. They're more so informative than intuitive. I'll say that. So you kind of need to know what the person meant when they made the card. So you kind of need to look into the decks. So witch bottle, magical artifacts, a large, okay, we don't need to read that. It says, depending on the folklore, witch balls and bottles, are made by witches and magical practitioners, but also can be procured and used to ward against curses thrown by them. A witch bottle might contain urine, vinegar, Lord Jesus, urine, vinegar, hair, fingernail clippings, red. This sounds like what people be calling a jar. If you ever been in a Facebook group and they always talking about, I'm going to put you in a jar, I'm going to put you in a jar. Like, this sounds like some curse type of stuff. Okay. Witch bottles are typically, oh Lord, berry. It says they can have fingernail clippings, red thread, thorns, coins, ash, nails, pins, salt, blood, red wine, herbs. This is like a voodoo doll in a bottle or something. Witch bottles are typically buried on the edge of a property or hidden somewhere within a home to capture and contain evil forces. Witch balls are decorative glass spheres that are prominently hung in windows to ward off bad luck and evil spirits. They are not usually filled with anything like what is found in a witch bottle, but instead the colors, patterns, and shapes made by the glass do the work. Apotropaic. Does that have something to do with apothecary? I'm assuming. Words: fascinate, distract, mesmerize. In many ways, both witch bottles and balls are meant to redirect attention. Are you being distracted by others, leading to disruptions in your work? Witch bottle, or construct a witch bottle or hang a witch ball in your work area to deflect anyone on unwanted energies. So all of that is to say, there are going to be people in situations that come about that try to distract you from using your gifts. Okay, people are able to see how powerful you are even when you're not able to see how powerful you are. Your light is very, very bright, and people see it from miles and miles away. People are very intimidated by you, and they feel like you could possibly surpass them. The thought of you surpassing them can make you a threat to people. So you may have situations or people that come to try to distract you. They may try to cause havoc or chaos to try to distract you from your purpose. So you're going to have to make sure you are protecting yourself and your energy. And look, I just said you all might be seeing the number 555. I just said you may need to protect your energy. And look here, closing door. You might have to close some doors on some relationships with people, some situations, a job, something like that, because it's trying to come in the way of you actually being able to fully be in your power, fully walk in your power. Okay, we have 4, cat or pillar opportunity. Cats are very intuitive. They have very high discernment. The color purple is on here. You may have strong psychic abilities. Like I said, purple can represent the third eye chakra, but this card also has white in it. White can represent the crown chakra, so you get a lot of information from divine sources, and you are very, very strong psychically. I don't know if psychically is a word, but it's a word today. Okay, it is a word today. And it's funny how that card came after closing door. Okay, it came after closing door. Opportunity came after closing door, but the opportunity card is number 4 and the closing door is 5. So 4 should come before 5. But hey, closing a door on certain situations or people is going to lead to opportunity for you, and you know exactly who these people are. You have the discernment, you have the intuition, you know who you need to not allow in your life anymore. Okay, so, or what you need to walk away from. Woo, Chile. We got 444. Okay, the number 4 and then the number 44. I do have a reading that is titled 444. Why are you seeing 444? If you have not watched that video, you may want to watch that after you watch this. The 44 card is perfect storm. The courage to step into life, to close doors, step away from something. And as you do that, you're getting the opportunity to step into life, which is basically you have been existing. You have not been living. You've been existing. You've been going through the motions of life. Now it's time to actually start living and tapping into your gifts. A lot more is going to help you with that. We have a blank card from the archetypes, and I like to leave the blank cards in here. These are just for you to be able to write whatever you want to write on it. I like to leave the blank cards in because that lets me know you're a blank canvas, meaning you can tap into any of the psychic abilities. Like I said, you're a magician, you're an alchemist, you can, what do they call that? Shape shift. Okay, you can be whatever you need to be whenever you need to be it. You're not limited to, you know, just a few gifts. We also have networker. Enhances unity through the sharing of information, engendered social awareness and empathy. So like I said, you're very smart, you're very intelligent, and one of your purposes is to share information with other people, the information that you learn. Okay, also the color purple is here. the same almost shade of purple. So your favorite color might be purple like mine. My favorite color is purple, okay? But once again, this is representing the crown chakra, very strong psychic abilities. We have the fourth house. This is the house of origins. Here is where we see our home, bloodline, feelings of safety, comfort, mother figure, tradition, and lifestyle. It also shows where we come from. Could have issues with a mother figure here. I think the fourth house is the house of family, I believe. Okay. I belong here. So you're figuring out where you belong. And you may be more so with a soul tribe than your actual family. So you may be stepping away from family and stepping towards a soul tribe, which is people that are not technically related to you, like DNA wise, but they definitely act as your family, have your back as a family would, are supportive, and they are spiritually y'all are meant to come together, okay? We also have, and I don't know what these symbols are, y'all, my bad. Devotion, Vesta. Let's see what Vesta is, because I don't know. I'm not really too versed in astrology. What is Vesta? It's kind of hard to find the cards in this book too. That's why I don't really use this deck a lot. Ooh, I just saw Palace Athene. Athena's my girl. Y'all know that. Okay. Wisdom, curiosity, justice, creativity. Athena represents wisdom. This card didn't come out, but I just saw it and I recognized it because Palace Athene, I think it is actually a place. I can't think of it. But what am I looking for? Vesta. What is Vesta? Where are you at? How come I can't find you in here? I'm gonna have to look up what that is on my phone because I don't know. I don't know these astrological things. And there's no keywords. Let's look up what is Vesta. Like I said, you guys are resourceful like how I am. All right, so this is what it is on the picture and this is what it is on my phone. So the meaning of Vesta in astrology, the keeper of your spiritual flame, represents the sacred feminine creative energy that allows you to dedicate yourself to aspirations, plans, and goals. Vesta shows where you have a nun-like devotion to a cause, project, person, or belief that is sacred to you. And the keyword is devotion on here. Pallas, Juno, and Vesta, the three jewels of your astrology. We just read Pallas. Vesta is associated with dedication and retreat. Chiron, Juno. Okay, maybe that can help me find it in the book. Where is Juno at? And then maybe I can find... I really want to know. Like, I'm irritated that I can't find it in here. Here we go. Okay. Oh, dang. I just broke the book. The binding. Y'all see I just broke it. Okay. So it's ruled by Virgo and Scorpio. So you could be Virgo, Scorpio, or like I said, air signs or Cancer. It means devotion, virginity, purity, conceiving, focus, fire, spirituality, and sexual freedom or repression. You all could be abstinent right now. I'm abstinent right now. Okay. 3 years and counting. So you could be abstinent. The The main significance behind the Vesta archetype is the hearth, which is the place where fire is maintained. It translates to focus in Latin. The energy of Vesta is related to the fertilizing power of the divine feminine. Vesta, as ruler of Virgo, brings focus and dedication. The Virgo-Scorpio duality in Vesta reflects the purification of the Virgo, the Virgin, and the powerful sexual energy drive of Scorpio. They sure are a duality, Virgo and Scorpio, now that you say Virgo is virgin. Therefore, strong Vesta placement suggests sexual encounters with transcendental and healing connotations. Okay, so like I said, you all could be celibate right now. And that does not mean you don't have a strong sexual desire. That doesn't mean you're not a very sensual. You could be a very sexual person, but you could just be reserved as far as I'm not sharing myself freely. You understand the power in sex, the spiritual power within sex, okay? We have Saturn, so you all could have Capricorn placements. I have Capricorn and Saturn. Could be going through a Saturn return, or you could just feel like very limited. You could feel like because you have such an important space and place and position in society, even if you don't have it, you will, that you have to be very disciplined. So you guys are very disciplined, even with that Virgin stuff coming up, very disciplined, okay? And then we have Mars. Mars, I think, is ambition, but I'm not sure. So you could be a very ambitious person. I don't know if it's ambition or if it's how you express yourself. I think Mercury is how you express yourself. But what is Mars? Mars. Okay, Mars, ruled by Aries and Scorpio. We got Scorpio coming up again. It's exalted in Capricorn. So if you have Mars in Capricorn, that's a really good place to have it, it's saying. It's bad to have it in Libra or Taurus. So it represents initiative, willpower, physical energy, drive, action, movement, desire, and determination. So yeah, it does represent ambition. It's also the god of war. So like I said, you all may have been in some explosive situations with people lately, trying to get you off your path. You may have had to put some people in their place. You may have had to disconnect from some people. And that is because you're becoming a lot stronger. And you're gonna need to get rid of any distractions, okay? You actually have a very important role in society to play. Like I said, you are the person that is meant to share information with people, share knowledge with people, give people advice, help people through situations. You're a very, very psychic person, clairsentient, cognizant, and not necessarily clairvoyant, but you may have psychic dreams, okay? But you also have access to, with this blank card, you have access, the ability to tap into all of the different psychic abilities. And with this numerology card, like I said, you saw I struggled with the astrology part. So you may not be as well versed in astrology, but you may know numerology a lot better, or it may be easier for you to understand numerology and numbers. As a matter of fact, with that gambling card, okay, what's on the dice? Numbers, okay? Numbers mean a lot to you. Numbers, you get a lot of messages through numbers, a lot of messages through reading books, and you are a good reader as well. So that's what I have for you, pile number one. If that resonated, please let us know in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe if you feel called to do so. And have a great rest of your day. Toodles! Hey, pile two. You all chose the Mediumship training deck, I think. Y'all, I don't remember which decks go with which group. So if this is wrong, I'll put like a disclaimer on here, but I think y'all chose the mediumship training deck. So let's go ahead and get started with your reading. Oh, and I forgot to pull an animal card. So let's get an animal card for pile 2, please. I'm trying to do this without shaking the table. Okay, we got squirrel, always prepared. You are the expert of hard work and hard play. Okay, so you have a good balance, a good work-life balance. You're cheerful and fun. And you know, squirrels, they love to play. We got a lot of squirrels that live at my apartment complex because we have so many trees, and all they do is play all day. They gather their food and then they play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future and life will give you all you need. So you all do have good work-life balance, but you may need to be a little bit more disciplined, just a little bit, as far as planning things out and sticking to your plans. But let's see what your psychic abilities are. We have 9 of staffs, okay? Like I said, you always are able to come through and get exactly what you need, okay? You have a good balance between hard work and hard play, but you may not have to work as hard sometimes if you plan a little bit more. And I'm saying that because the 9 of staffs and the 9 of wands, you may work well under pressure. So you may get yourself in situations where you're under a lot of pressure to get something done. Because you didn't give yourself enough time to do it, but you always come through. You come through in the clutch, okay? Let's see what else we have. We have the Son of Swords, okay? You can be a very impulsive person, which means you can also be fearless, okay? So, this may be some kind of tomb or cave or something that this lady is walking down that most people would be like, I'm not going in there. I don't know what's going on. You got your incense out. Like, look, if it's anything crazy or evil in here, my incense are going to ward it off and I'm going to go for it. Okay. I'm going to look. You're like, other people are like, curiosity killed the cat. And you're like, no, I need to find the answers to this. Okay. So you could be impulsive. But you could just have really good drive and you're fearless. You're a very fearless person. So that's definitely going to help you out spiritually. You may be less afraid to tap into certain spiritual realms than other people. Okay. We also have 9 of Cups. Okay, you definitely are rewarded. You might be a risk taker, but you definitely reap the benefits of taking those risks, okay? And this horse looks like it belongs to some kind of other realm, okay? So you may be able to tap into other realms and actually bring back rewards from being able to tap into those realms, or bring back knowledge that helps you to get to this 9 of Cups. So you may be able to cross into the veil or the astral realm, okay? We also have Ace of Cups. Yes, very, very intuitive. And like I said, you all are able to tap into other realms and maybe even other dimensions, like the multiverse kind of thing, tapping into the past and the future and all of that stuff. We have impression versus expression. I'm trying not to sneeze while I read this. Woo! Don't sneeze. There are multiple ways that we receive information from spirit. It could be in words, images, or feelings, but how we relay or express the information back to the recipient must be carried out with due consideration and uttermost care and sensitivities. Many mediums are taught that you should always give what you get when delivering a message. In a sense, that's true, but as mediums, we must honor that many people look to us to assist them with their grief and are often still distraught. This is talking about, you could be a reader, okay? This is talking about being careful how you relay information to people. Like I said, you're the Son of Swords. You're like, let's just get to it. Let's just get to the point. You might be a very blunt person. And you want to remember, when you are tapping into your spiritual gifts, there's some information that people may not be ready to receive at all. So you may not tell them everything. You have to know when to say things and when to keep things to yourself. Just because certain information is being revealed to you doesn't mean you need to tell people. Or you may not need to tell them the exact way it's revealed to you. You may have to be careful about how you relay the message. For one, to help them to be able to digest it and understand it. And for two, delivery can change how somebody is able to perceive the information or perceive you, or if they're willing to take it. So this is not saying lie. This is not saying that you have to walk on eggshells. It's knowing when to say things and when not to say things and how to say things. So as a practitioner, you have to learn how to relay information to people. Like I said, just because people know a lot about a subject doesn't mean they need to be a teacher. You have to have the skills to be able to teach other people in order to be a teacher. You need to know more, have more than just knowledge in the subject. So you're having to learn how to teach other people, how to lead other people, and how to relay information to other people. So this tells me you are a psychic person. You do have psychic abilities. Like I said, you have the ability to go see other realms and tap into past lives, current lives, all that. But a lot of the information that you have is too much for other people to digest. A lot of the spiritual information is so much it can drive a person crazy. I remember I sent this girl to go get a past life reading from a reader I know, and she will give you the information just like she got it. But she's not for everybody, because it can be so much that it's overwhelming. And the girl gave me she told me what the lady told her in the reading, and she was like, man, this is too much. Okay, this is too much. I swear she dang near lost her mind. So you got to be careful how you relay information. A lot of the spiritual information we get is too much for people to wrap their minds around it. So knowing when people are ready for certain information, you might have to fine tune that ability. We also have evidence of spirit. Okay. Oh, wow. The partnership card is impression versus expression. So these cards go together. Okay. You see, okay. That's how stuff is for you. Pieces just fall together like that. Okay, so the process of validation is an essential part of authenticating the identity of a spirit when creating the link. So knowing what spirit you're talking to and dealing with is important when you're doing mediumship work or spiritual work. Unless a medium can validate the connection with evidence, it's unlikely to be considered authentic mediumship. This is why a lot of mediums, if they are connecting with a spirit, let's say you want to talk to an ancestor, they will ask you questions. They will say, hey, does the food sweet potato mean anything to you? Because the spirit will tell them stuff, like to try to give them clues to help you be able to authenticate that this person is real. They may say, this person is showing me a key, a skeleton key. Does a skeleton key mean anything to you? Well, my house, there was doors that accepted skeleton keys. So for me, I'll be like, yeah, like we had skeleton keys that opened every single door. You know, not every house has that, okay? Or they may say, this person is showing me a watch. Does the watch mean anything to you? Okay, so when you all may have mediumship skills, and you have to know how to ask the spirits questions, or the spirit should be giving you information to relay to the person that's getting the reading, so they can confirm that this is the right spirit. Okay, so that is what this card is saying. It says it's okay to be a little proactive and ask the spirit some questions, such as, what's your relationship to the sitter? What did you do for work? How many children did you have? Do you have a defining physical feature? So in other words, you need to vet the spirits, okay? If they want to talk to you and give you information, then they need to be able to tell you some information, answer some questions that you can ask the querent, or the person asking the question, or the person getting the reading. So you can ask them to verify this is the, you know, the right spirit. If they're trying to talk to their grandmother should know certain things. We also have scrying mirror. So one of your powers could be scrying, okay, specifically through the mirror. This is not my favorite way. I like to do fire scrying, but for you all specifically, scrying in a mirror could actually help your spiritual gifts to grow. We also have astrology, so you all may be good with astrology. Dreams, okay, you all could have psychic dreams, and like I said, when you're in the dream world, you can actually be astral traveling to other dimensions. Whether you're doing it on purpose or not, you are doing it. We have thunder and lightning power. Like, you all are very, very powerful, but you all can be a little bit unpredictable, or like suddenly just pop up or pop off on people. Okay, so you may have to have a little bit more discipline and self-control, but that also is a quirky part of what makes you you. So you have to know when to use your power at full force and when to tone it down a little bit, okay? We also have hands. Let me see what this card means. This deck is not one that you can really read intuitively. Keywords: impact, assistance, influence, helping hand. Through our hands, we can experience and interact with the world. We can use them to help and connect with one another, shaping community. Our hands have their own language and are steeped in symbolism around the world. Our fingertips are critical points where the body ends, and our potential to physically influence, alter, and direct the world with our intent begins. So much power rests in our hands. We can use them. Okay, so for one, while I was reading that, I was getting, you all may be very animated, so you might be like me. I use my hands a lot when I talk. Also, you all could do, like, be good at reading palms as well. So that could be what your spiritual gifts are. We also, or you could be somebody that has, maybe you're Middle Eastern and you have the, dang, why I can't think of the stuff that y'all, the designs. I've always wanted to learn how to do the designs and I cannot think of it. Like henna designs on your hands. We also have equinox. And it looks like this is about balance, because we have a balance beam here, and we have the heart and the feather, that famous story of is your heart lighter than a feather? If it is, you'll be admitted to heaven, I think. If not, maybe not, something like that. Okay, let's see what the equinox card is about. Okay, on the two pan sits a witch heart and a feather, referencing the weighing of the heart ritual found in the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Okay, that's that ritual I just told y'all about. Equinox means equal night, referring to when the length of the day equals that of the night. It is a point of balance that we experience twice a year on the first day of both spring and fall. These two equinoxes are often tied to myths about the underworld. You all could be Scorpios, where the descending and ascending movements of deities like Persephone are used to explain the seasonal changes. That story of Persephone and her mother, her mom's name always escapes me. Somebody told me her name in another video and I still can't remember her name. What is wrong with me? But you know that story about how we have winter, we have the different seasons because her mom is missing Persephone. She's having to go down to the underworld with Hades. I'm about to look up her mom's name because this is ridiculous that I cannot remember this. Like, seriously? How many times have I told this story? Oh, Demeter. Demeter. Okay, so Demeter created the seasons because she's sad when her daughter Persephone is in the underworld with Hades. So when she's in the underworld, we have winter and all that stuff. And then when she comes back out to spend time with her mom, we have the spring. Okay. Let's see. In the ancient Egyptian ritual references this card, if the deceased heart balanced perfectly with a feather, a symbol of Mayat. Okay, you could be Libras because I feel like Mayat represents Libra because it's about balance. The Egyptian goddess of truth, order, and justice, and Libra is the justice card. The soul would be allowed to move into the afterlife. Okay, so like I said, you all need to learn. This is representing balance of your power, okay? You're very powerful medium, powerful psychic. You're not afraid to go for what you want. You're not afraid to delve into different gifts, but you need to be able to balance your power and know when to use it full force and when not to use it full force, okay? Because you can scare some people, okay? We also have lost in space, needing direction. Yes, sometimes you get a little bit like you just take off running and then you're like, oh, I didn't even think about what my destination was first. I just did something. But also you're going to help people that are needing direction as well. You could have been someone who may have been in trouble in life before, or you may have gone through so many things that you're able to help other people. Kind of like, I don't know why Beyond Scared Straight is coming up, but you might help like troubled youth or something like that. We also have, because a lot of times people that get in trouble a lot are just very gifted people and they have too much energy and they don't know what to do with that energy, or they get bored. Like kids that are bad, sometimes they're very, very smart and they get bored in class because they already know everything. So they start acting out because they're bored. So you may be somebody that helps people like that. We have stars in the sky, limitless possibility. And then once again, we're talking about the sky. So you all may be into astrology or wanting to get into astrology. That's definitely going to help learning how to read birth charts and things of that nature. We also have whale song resonating. Like I said, you all, people can relate to you. Your messages resonate with people because you're very relatable. You're very real. You've gone through a lot yourself. So you're a very relatable person. Resonating. I wonder, I forgot, like, I don't know if it's sonar, or I forgot like what whales use to move around under the water or know where to go or whatever, but you may want to look into that. Also, you could be a water sign, like I said, most likely Scorpio. Healer. So you all are healers. Passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. So transmutation is definitely one of your gifts. We have another blank card. Pile 1 got blank card 2, which means you can tap into all the different psychic abilities. You're not limited to just one, okay? You can master or tap into quite a bit. We have Sagittarius. You all could be Sagittarius or have it somewhere in your birth chart that's significant. Sagittarius also represents wild and free, kind of like Page of Wands is what I'm thinking about. So, very carefree person that is very curious at the same time. We have 10th house. This is the house of fulfillment and social status. So you all may be in the spotlight. You could be Leos, okay? In the spotlight. People pay attention to you. Here is where we see structures, corporations, tradition, ambition, public image, and fame, discipline, achievements, recognition, rules, and father figure. It is also associated with power and authority, as well as people who exert them. Like I said, I achieve. You all could be Leos, very powerful, dominant people, possibly. You may want to check to see what's in your 10th house, and that may give you some more information about your psychic abilities. We also have Libra. I think I said earlier with that card that had the scale that you all could be Libras, okay? You may want to look to see where Libra is in your birth chart. You also may be a very attractive person, or people just, you attract a lot of attention to you. Queen of Wands type of energy. We also have vertex, karmic point, synastry, fated connections, turning point. So you may have gone through a lot of karmic relationships, which helped you to tap into your abilities. Thus, you're going to be able to help other people who have gone through bad relationships. You may have been in abusive relationships. You may have been in physically abusive, mentally abusive, sexually abusive with romantic partners or with family members or people that were in power. Okay, so you're helping to empower others. You're also helping to bring down people that are abusing their power as well. So you're going to be using your psychic gifts for that. So that is what I have for you all, pile number 2. Please let us know if that resonated with you in the comment section. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Toodles! Hey, pile number 3 or group 3, you all chose Divinations of the Ancients. I think I may have gotten y'all mixed up with pile 2. If so, I will put the correct one on the screen, but I believe you all chose Divinations of the Ancients deck. So let's go ahead and get started with your reading. I'm going to pull an animal card for y'all. So sorry, the camera is shaking because the table's shaking while I'm doing this. I forgot to pull one for y'all ahead of time. So please give me an animal card. I'm trying not to shake the table, y'all. Remember when K Michelle was like, this HO then shook the table on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta when Carly Red shook the table? Oh my goodness, I'll never forget that. We got squirrel again? We just got the squirrel card for group number 2. And it's funny because I had y'all, I was like, did I mix up the decks for group 2 and group 3? Maybe y'all will need to watch group 2's reading after this, but they definitely got the squirrel card, okay? It says, always prepared, you are the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future and life will give you all you need. Okay, so you're very, like I said, for pile 2, almost like Page of Wands type energy, very curious person, very I'm not afraid to learn something new, fun, carefree, but curious at the same time, lighthearted person, don't necessarily take yourself too seriously, you like to laugh, things like that. So that helps you to be able to connect with other people. You may be the type of person that can just go up to somebody you don't even know and start talking. Okay, we have the 5 of Swords. Notice in this particular deck, this person is on a bridge. I don't know if they're contemplating jumping off of this bridge, but they can see their distorted image in the water. So you may, one of your gifts may be helping people to work through their shadow, helping people to do shadow work, okay, helping people to see through the distortions of their subconscious. So you could be good with that. We also have 7 of Staffs, which is the 7 of Wands card, okay. Very good with doing return to senders, okay, so you may be gifted with that, using your mind to defend yourself against spiritual attacks. You're very strong spiritually, and you are protected, so you may be good with actually helping people do like return to senders because you're good with doing it on your own. Also, you may be good with meditation because she is sitting here. Very good with visualization as well. So we have the 3 of Swords card. Like I said, helping people work through their shadows, their heartache, their pain, and understanding how the pain of the past could be causing them pain in the present and possibly in the future if they don't work through things. So you guys are going to be very good with helping people with shadow work, okay? So you all may want to be a life coach or a psychologist or something. Soul connection. Um, it says we're all made of the same energy, and as souls, we are always connected to everything and each other. It's not always easy to see others as ourselves, as a soul or a spiritual being. Okay? You are able to see people as yourself. Okay? You're able to see yourself in other people. You're able to help people to see their own shadows. You're somebody who can definitely see through somebody's soul. Okay, so you're going to be helping people do work on a soul level. Okay, very serious and impactful work that you're going to be doing and helping people with your spiritual gifts. Sorry, these are stuck together. Okay, flower power. You may like flowers. You know what? I know who needs to be watching this. Flowers, flowers, flowers. If you got what I just said, let me know in the comment section. That's for a certain person, okay? Flower power. Flowers have a gentle way of touching our heart, our memories, and our soul. Their color, shape, fragrances, and beauty all provide hope and a sense of heartfelt inspiration. And I'm not going to tell that person to watch this. I'm gonna just see if they watch it, and I'm gonna just see if they choose this pile, because if they do, that's gonna be crazy. Okay. Flower clairsentience is another form of psychometry, the practice of using items infused with someone's energy. But okay, so basically, if somebody has touched something, let's say somebody brings you a flower that they got from somebody else, you will be able to feel that person that gave them a flower. You'll be able to feel their energy through that because they touched it. So that's what psychometry is. You can touch something that somebody else has touched. I have a client that had this. She was able to touch a jacket that somebody had on and get a whole bunch of messages about that person. So that's what psychometry is. So you may have clairsentience, which I think I said group 1 may have had, but you can have clairsentience, but also a very strong sense of psychometry as well. But clairsentience is the sense of touch. A lot of the times it means you're actually feeling something within your own body, but I'm also feeling that you have psychometry, meaning that you can touch objects, okay, and get psychic information. Let's see. Flowers are very sensitive and can easily absorb the energy of the person who has been holding them, enable you to feel the energy that passed between two living things. I'm definitely taking a picture of this so I can send it to my friend. I ain't gonna send it. I don't know if I'm gonna send it right now, but I am gonna send it eventually, because I kind of want to see if she's gonna pick this pile. But flowers, 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 girl. Flower power. That's what this card says. Okay. So you all could have psychometry gifts, and specifically clairsentience. We also have feathers. Okay, feathers are messages from angelic beings. Okay, so you all may be able to connect with angels to get messages for people. Okay, we also have flowers again. Hold on, I'm about to take a picture of this too. Sorry, I got my timer on. Flowers, fickle. I'm going to read what flowers represent in the book. Okay, this is a whole different deck, and we got flowers again. So let's see what this book has to say about flowers. I want to know. Why am I not finding it in here? Okay. Ooh. It says, in ancient temples, flowers adorned the altars and walkways in dedication to the deities of the lands In ancient Babylon, flowers were floated on the surface of the water and then used as a form of scrying. For centuries, those seeking love have pulled daisy petals saying, he loves me not. Okay, so people would actually go to like the river or whatever, and I guess whatever flowers floated to the top or whatever. Maybe they threw flowers in there and then however they landed or something. I don't know. Maybe that gave them some information. Kind of reminds me of reading tea leaves also. So you all could be gifted in reading tea leaves, or using flowers for divination. Also, understanding what the meanings of certain flowers are and the meanings of certain essential oils, that may give you information as well. I have plenty of decks that are just focused on flowers and the meanings of those flowers, and there's messages within those. So you may want to study different flowers, so you know the practical information about them, but so that you also know the spiritual information about them and incorporate that into your readings. Okay, we also have shooting star confirmation. Like I said, you all may be good with astrology. You may want to look into astrology. You could also be Aquarius, okay, because Aquarius can represent the star card, but confirmation is here. Okay, so with this feathers card, you may see feathers as confirmation, or you may get confirmation from higher sources. Or, you know, this reading could be confirming some of the gifts you feel like you have. We also have phrenology, certainty. We're about to look up what phrenology is. You all, with the Aquarius, when I said y'all are probably the star card, Aquarius, you all are different. Y'all don't do stuff exactly how everybody else does. Phrenology, like, who the heck has heard of that? Okay? Unless they're very smart. You all are very intelligent, smart, quirky, and you like to look into different ways. You don't want to do things exactly the same as everyone else. I'm guessing it has something to do with the brain, child, but I don't know, because it looked like it's a brain on here. But we about to find out what phrenology is, because now I'm interested. What is phrenology? Okay. Hippocrates and his followers inaugurated major changes in understanding people's behavior and personality by reading their heads. During the Victorian era, many physicians also practiced phrenology, defining people's character and knowledge by reading the bumps, shape, and size of their heads. Oh, wow. That is interesting. Very, very interesting. This card is also about prayer and meditation and monitoring your thoughts. Okay. Wow. You may want to look into phrenology. It has words on here. So, like, different sections of the head represent different words. You may want to look into EFT, emotional freedom technique. That might be good, where you're doing the tapping on different sections of your body to get rid of certain subconscious thought patterns or whatever. You may want to look into EFT. You may want to look into CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. Those different type of things where it studies the behavior. Also looking into meridians, looking into acupuncture. But there's a lot in connection with the mind, the thoughts, the spirit, and the body. So there's certain physical symptoms and diseases people may have because of what's going on in their mind or spiritually. So you may want to look into those different things. Like I have this EFT divination kit. Okay, this deck by Mandy Peterson. But like it says on here, bitterness can cause issues in the gallbladder and liver. Okay, so somebody, if you have a patient that's dealing with issues with their gallbladder or liver, they could have a lot of bitterness in their heart. So you all, one of your gifts may be figuring out how the mind affects the body. Okay. We also have commune. Okay, let's see what that means in here. I know what the regular meaning of commune is, but let's see what they mean by that as far as spiritually. Collaborate. Okay, so yeah, the same as regular meaning, getting together with other people, collaborate, conjure, gather, coven type of situation. Um it says even when we're working by ourselves, we're collaborating with the world around us. This is good. I'm glad they put this in here because they don't mean that you literally have to physically collaborate with other people. They're talking about you're working with several different elements, therefore collaborating with the universe, the spirit world, even when you're working by yourself. So acknowledge the spirits of place, acknowledge the spirits and the deities that are helping you, and that have come before you. When you need help, don't be afraid to ask. So this is also not being afraid to ask your spirit guides for help. Okay, or wrong card. Commune, not being afraid to ask your spirit guides for help, acknowledging that you're, even when you're working alone, you're working with the elements, you're working with the spiritual world, you're working with the earth, you're working with a higher power, deities, divine source, all of that. So even when we feel like we're alone, we're not alone. We have new moon. I forget if you're supposed to release on the new moon or manifest. Let's see. Because I don't really follow those rules. I'm not one to follow rules like that. I do what I want to do. If I want to release, I'm a release. If I want to manifest, I'm a manifest. But let's see what the book says. Darkness, formulate, seed, germinate, source. Now is not the time to act, but simply wait and observe. More will be revealed soon. So you all may be very observant people. Okay, and that is one of your gifts. Sitting back, observing, being strategic about the next move you're going to make. We have experience, okay? You all, like I said, you may have been through a lot. So you're able to teach people from experience, not just from I read a book or I learned. I actually have experienced the things that I'm talking about. You all may have gone through a lot in your life, but it was to help awaken the spiritual gifts that you have. We have deep, quiet meditation and stillness. I think this is the second time meditation and stillness has come up. So a lot of times, if you have very strong psychic abilities and strong psychic gifts, you can literally go crazy. Okay, so it is very important that you take time to meditate, be still, cleanse your space, all of that, because you have so many downloads, so much information is coming through, so many spirits are trying to reach out to you. You're very, very tapped in, and you want to make sure you don't lose your mind. Okay, so learning how to meditate and be still and get through all the noise around you to get clarity. We also have 11. This represents portals being open. The number 1111 can be portals. Okay, you have a lot of portals that are open around you. Make sure you're closing those portals when you're done working with the spirits and all of that, okay? So they ain't just roaming around all the time. We have Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. Like I said, you have experience. You may have made not some of the best choices in life. Part of your role now is to teach people choices and their consequences, okay? You might even be playing a disciplinarian role when it comes to spirituality, okay? Or Saturn. You might be Saturn sometimes. Like, okay, don't make me have to discipline you. Might be showing, doing return to senders and all that, okay? We have skywriting, the fates. Skywriting. Okay, once again, astrology is showing up here. If you're not into astrology, you need to learn more about it, because that's going to definitely help increase your gifts for sure, like times 10. We have scribe, preserving knowledge and information. Scribe is somebody who is not only a writer, but they're usually writing down certain events, or if someone is speaking, they're writing down what they're speaking, or if you're having a meeting at work, you're writing it down, okay? So you're a record keeper write down the information that you're getting spiritually. Even if it's something you don't understand, write it down, because later you may be able to come back to that and get more messages or fully understand it. It's very important that you take notes. I text myself. I have a text thread to myself. When I think of certain things randomly or information, I will text it to myself, and whenever I think about going back to look at it, I will. Okay, so make sure you're writing notes, okay? Keeping record of the things that are coming to your mind. We have Miser. The Midas touch. That was the king that everything he touched turned to gold. So entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything into gold, delight in sharing life's riches. You all definitely have the gift of transmutation, okay? And you may even be able to make a business out of using your spiritual gifts. So you will be paid for your spiritual gifts, okay? Hermit, you all could be Virgos. The Hermit card represents Virgo. Seek solitude to focus intently on inner life. Serves personal creativity. You all, because you have a lot of spiritual gifts and information, you have to spend a lot of time by yourself, because not only are you open spiritually, but you're able to pick up on other people's stuff. Like I said, I had a client that she could just touch somebody's jacket and get information from them. Sometimes it's too much. You might not like being in crowds because you're too empathic. So you're getting downloads for yourself and for everybody else. So sometimes you need to go into hermit mode, go into solitude to keep your sanity. Sextile, integration, cooperation, tools, skills, ingenuity, harmony, empathy. What did I just say? You guys are definitely empaths, strong empaths, okay? A lot of time people that are labeled as crazy, they just are very unbalanced spiritually and very, very empathic, and they're being affected by everything that's going on around them. It's very important that you all learn how to ground. If you do know how, keep doing it, and go into hermit mode when you need to. We have Virgo. Like I said, you all could be Virgos. So you're probably very organized. Very organized. And like I said, keep good notes. And we also have Void, of course. Pause in time, change of plans, limbo, and provision. Okay? So you all have had to learn how to compromise, how to improvise. Things may not have always gone as planned with the Virgo. That could really, really bother you. Okay? Virgos are planners. They like to plan things out and be organized. So you may be a perfectionist. You may be a perfectionist, and you may need to work on being a perfectionist, because you're going to have to pivot sometimes, okay? So that's what I have for you all. Group number 3. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Please like, share, and subscribe if you feel called to do so. Hopefully this was helpful, so you can know what some of your gifts are and maybe why certain things have happened in your life. Like I said, please like, share, subscribe. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day.